Well, holy happy Wellness Wednesday to you. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Thanks to Casey Security for sponsoring the show for us every month.
I like that. Holy happy Wellness Wednesday.
Well, holy happy wellness. We did it.
We're
Midway.
Midway. Almost two.
Big news in the movie business.
What?
The Hustler movie. I saw.
Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. You saw it, and tell them what you thought. I said, tell them. Don't just make that face like you ate a tomato.
No, I don't want to eat tomato.
You didn't enjoy it.
Not at all. It was kind of very predictable. It wasn't. I mean, there were some dance stripper scenes that, like, seriously, they worked out. But it was a little bit like Groundhog Day. Somehow, they kept doing the same thing over and over. I didn't.
They kept doing the same hustle?
Well, yeah, but. It wasn't what I expected at all.
So tell me what's going on with the movie.
So there's a real stripper who is now
there's a picture up right now. Is that the
suing STX Entertainment for $40 million. Her name is Samantha Barbash. She's actually been charged with stealing credit cards from her clients and drugging them.
I've heard of this woman.
Served time, and she says that the whole Hustler premise is her life story, so she wants $40 million for it.
This is the same woman who I believe we told this story a long time ago, saying she was angry because Jennifer Lopez didn't listen to her and she wanted to go on set and give...
that's right. I wonder if that's the same one.
It's gotta be.
Do you think?
Well, she sounded like she was the kind of woman who'd sue for $40 million.
She's ticked right off. She said, "Yep, they stole my life, and now they won't pay me." And blah. She's too old to poll anymore.
Too old to poll.
Too old to poll, baby. That's me. Too old to poll.
Oh my goodness.
So I just sit and drink. That's what I do. I look at the poll and go, "Yeah, used to poll."
I'd like to say happy birthday to Elvis Presley.
Oh, Elvis.
Yes. So,
check him out. He's at Max.
Yeah, down in El Paso. If you see an 85-year-old greet her at Walmart in Pasadena, just say happy birthday. Because when he says, "Thank you for shopping at Walmart."
Thank you very much.
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
There are so many impersonators still of the king.
Well, they go down to where in Ontario?
Crazy.
Where do they go in Ontario? Collingwood?
Okay.
There's a huge... You don't know about this?
No.
People from the Sioux go. There's a couple of guys from the Sioux who impersonate.
Well, I know there's one for sure.
Huge thing in I'm pretty sure it's Collingwood, Ontario, where they go down and it's like a weekend-long Elvis festival, and apparently it's a blast.
Well, there's this...
And all the Elvis impersonators from all over the world go there.
Well, there's this child in Espanola who would be the age of maybe an older grandchild to me, a younger grandchild to me. He's, since the time he was this big, he's been doing Elvis.
Like from the table to there, or the floor to there?
Yeah, when he sat up, he was that tall, and he's still up. Doing Elvis. Yeah, it's crazy.
So Elvis was born today, and Marco Polo died today. In the year 1324, for those of you who don't know, Marco Polo pioneered excursions to Central Asia and China. Well, that's the thing. When they had his funeral, some people couldn't locate the grave site, and so to find him, they were going, "Marco Polo!" And then that's how they found the grave.
Is that?
That's where that came from.
You're kidding.
Yes, I am.
Why do kids play? You are kidding.
Yes, of course I am kidding.
Well, I was just going to ask you. Well, why did they play it in the pool then? No, it's
I didn't even see them. That's Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Luann, you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm good. No, honestly.
No, I don't know why because he's an explorer, discoverer. Marco Polo, find me.
All right. Why the pool, though?
They don't just play it in the pool.
Yes, they do.
You can play it on land, too. You blindfold somebody, and they go, "Marco," and you find them in the circle.
Really? Oh my gosh, I've led such a sheltered life.
No, that's Espanola. It's also National Take the Stairs Day.
Yeah.
Walk if you can.
Yeah,
it's good for you. You know what? Wait till you hear from Joe, my first guest, who's a kinesiologist.
This guy
from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. He'll tell you to take the stairs.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You don't have to rush, and you don't have to be crazy, and you don't have to run a marathon the first time you get back to working out. Just take the first couple of steps.
Take the first steps.
The problem with stairs is once you take the first couple, you got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
There's no elevator right next door, so.
Leo Vecchio from Algoma Public Health, he walks those stairs in that building all the time.
Smart.
Like for his lunch hour, he does the stairs.
Yeah.
I was just jealous of that kind of motivation.
Me too.
I'm a procrastinator, which brings us to another little segue. Twitter's looking for your motto for procrastination. So I found a few that are cute. There's no time like 6 months from now.
Who's going to care in 100 years?
Ready, set, tomorrow. If it's that important, someone else would have done it. This is a very deep one. Life is too short to have to live in other people's time.
Oh, that's an excuse. Just do the job.
And here's my favorite tweet. Give us your favorite tweet for procrastination motto. Here's my favorite. I don't know. I'll try to think of one later.
That's very cute.
Oh, I found this note. Just Junk, only doing tree pickups on the weekend. It's a store in Sault Ste. Marie, it's called Just Junk, and they're doing this really cool thing for the Christmas tree thing for Clean North.
The Christmas tree chipping.
Yeah, which happens this Saturday. At
the Cambrian Mall.
You can throw bring your trees to the Cambrian Mall all the way up until Saturday evening, and then the chipping happens at 9:30 on Sunday morning.
Okay.
Anyway, Just Junk is offering to pick up your tree if you aren't mobile or can't.
Stop it! Isn't that awesome?
And they will actually deliver it to the Cambrian Mall, to the site in the parking lot.
How lovely is that?
But Abby and I gave wrong information during our interview yesterday. They're not doing it throughout the week. Just so this Saturday, basically. If you need your tree picked up and you can't lift or don't have a vehicle, whatever, call Just Junk here in Sault Ste. Marie and they will arrange a pickup only on the weekend. Okay?
They are not just junk.
They are community-minded citizens.
And junk is not spelled like you would think. Junque. In case you have to look it up.
I spelled it like that, but I think that's correct.
Oh, you spelled it like that.
Is
it's
that
probably
correct?
wrong then. Never mind.
I think it is correct.
Is that how you spell it, Michael? Oh, Junque?
I got it all fancy. It's Junk, Just Junk. Anyway, thank you, Just Junk, for doing that, and thanks for.
He says he got all fancy. He forgot how to spell
fancy.
That's why he said the QUE thing.
Okay, you got anything to talk about?
I do. Silvio Horta.
I have no idea who that is.
Was the creator of Ugly Betty.
I loved that show.
Yeah, made America
Ferrara.
A huge actress.
Yeah.
Apparently died yesterday in Florida. He was only 45.
What happened to him?
Well, his representatives aren't giving any further details. But sources at a hotel that he was staying at said that he died of self-inflicted gunshot wounds.
So what, he found success and then got depressed?
Well, and apparently he'd been struggling with addiction for years and years and years, and just maybe got tired. Sad. I don't know. I can't imagine how horrible that must be to be in a place where you honestly do not think that you're ever going to get out of it. Oh, knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to try to fight when you're in the pit.
Oh boy, gotta climb. Keep climbing. Keep climbing.
Talk to people. Get help. I'm going to cheer you up right now.
Good.
There's a brand new cereal on the market.
Oh, awesome.
By Post. You know, the people who brought us those healthy cereals like Sugar Crisp and Honeycombs. They've done it again. Timbits cereal.
What?
I know.
Timbits cereal.
There's the box. Look at that. Timbits cereal. Is that the birthday cake one?
I wonder if are they the consistency of cake donuts?
I don't know. They probably have some.
Because they get soggy.
No, they must have crunch.
They must have crunch in there.
And of course, you know that. What's his name from Kiss? Is it the guy from Kiss? Who has it with ice? Who eats it with ice cubes?
The guy from Kiss.
You told me he eats it with ice cubes.
Oh yeah. He
wasn't that the guy from Kiss?
Yeah, Gene
Simmons.
Yeah.
He puts ice cubes in his cereal. Would be like Timbits ice cubes.
Back.
Oh, I would imagine it's crunchy, but you know. They can't be that healthy for you. It's like frosted Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. Birthday cake Timbits, they'll kill you because they're vicious.
That's about it. You gotta watch what you're doing with cereal, because people think that it's healthy, and there's a lot of really good healthy stuff out there. But even like granola, There's a lot of sugar in
You
granola.
read those contents and
Yes,
you see 12.
it's crazy.
Oftentimes, it's the same amount of sugar as in one of those sweetened cereals.
It's just like eat the crap if you're going to have that much sugar.
Do you know it's the same as on those breakfast bars, Luann? I look at those
Yes, you got to
sometimes.
watch those.
Because
Yeah.
the sugar is what gets you.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing too is with those breakfast bars, look for the least amount of ingredients. Like if there's 3 ingredients and it's just that,
If it just says-
and you can actually pronounce all of them.
So if you find a breakfast bar that just says oats, buy it. So,
1
what's that?
kilo.
What are you doing?
What's that?
Michael's telling Luann
1
something.
kilo of Timbits. What about
$9. That's expensive cereal.
$9 for a kilo?
I only spend like.
What are you snorting that stuff? You're supposed to eat it. Good Lord. $9 for a box? No. I'm not buying that for my. What?
Imagine.
$9? I would seriously crunch it up.
How much would you spend on a box of cereal? I'll go like $5.
I have a hard time going $5. I
Really?
buy it when it's on sale.
That's what I buy for $5. Cereal's expensive now.
I know.
$9?
$3.99 I buy it.
I think I'd rather go. How much is a box of Timbits? Like
Right?
$2. I go to let's go buy some
Good
Timbits.
point.
Cut them up, let them get stale, throw them in some milk with ice cubes if you're Gene Simmons, and then eat them.
Yeah.
Save yourself some money, and you still get just as fat.
$9? How much is a kilo?
2.2 pounds.
So that's a lot of cereal, though.
Michael, that's a lot of cereal, though, says Luann. Hey, okay, not talking about junk food. Let's talk about getting healthy.
Healthy,
and staying motivated and setting reasonable goals. That's why Joe's here. How do you say his last name? Baldock. And
Baldock.
not like the French way, like you say.
I say Bolduc.
Yeah, but his name really is Baldock. It's British. Anyway, Joe's here from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. And then later on this morning, Fishbowl Festival's back. So we're going to talk about that, too. Plus, this one here, oof, you got some...
I'm doing my fishbowl.
You got some news, and there's some the world.
news.
Is, stay tuned. We'll see you in a minute.
Past year, we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
promised, here's Joe Baldock from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also. So Joe is a kinesiologist, which of course we all know means he's the study of kines. That's just a little joke. No, really, you hail from where originally?
Grew up in Halifax.
Yeah, is that where you went to school?
That's where I went to school. Took my degree at Dalhousie University and finished up around 2002. And so I've been as a registered kinesiologist here in Ontario probably the last 12 years.
What brought you to Ontario then from the East Coast?
We moved to Kingston.
being
my wife and I.
Yes.
She did her PhD at Queen's, and so I was there working as a kinesiologist for a number of years, doing
at the university
training.
itself or in Kingston?
In Kingston.
Okay, cool.
And then after that, worked at public health for a little while.
Did you?
And we then eventually moved up here to Sault Ste. Marie.
You and your wife
and my son.
And your son, and since then you've
got my daughter who is 8. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Your wife is at Algoma U?
She is. She's a professor there in the biology department.
I love this kind of a story where you've come to Sault Ste. Marie, you've made it your home. How many years now?
9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You enjoy the environment up here, obviously.
Absolutely. It's great. We are so close to nature. You know, in 15 minutes, I think we can be at world-class trails for skiing, for mountain biking, trail running.
Yeah.
Great outdoors for the snowshoeing as well. Sledding hill at Finn Hill. We go to Searchmont, go downhill skiing.
You love the winter.
I do.
Yeah.
I love the snow. I love being out in it, but I also love the summer and being out in the water.
Share some of the stories about the fact that you are actually a triathlon. What would you athlete? A triathlete.
Yes,
that's the word.
So I started doing triathlon about 15 years ago. Just as I was leaving Halifax, my last summer in Halifax, I started. Then in Kingston, spent about in that 6 years I was there, regularly increasing my sort of distances and trying new triathlons, new styles. Got up to doing an Ironman in 2008.
Did you? Where was that?
That was in Penticton, BC.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So
wow.
I go out and do that, and that was just before my son was born, though.
Okay.
And then he was born in late 2008.
What are your tries? What are the 3 things you do?
So it's a swim, a bike, and a run.
So you're one of those guys that we see like get out of the water and you get on your bicycle and you go, and then you get off you drop the bicycle and you go and
you run as fast as you can to hit to the end.
That amazes me. I can't even imagine the training that goes into that. Where are you going next?
Well, it'll be Almere, Netherlands in September.
To the Netherlands.
To the Netherlands.
Oh, you were telling me because there's like a man-made.
Yeah, they have they have a big park that they put in a hill. So I'm going to actually be working competing in the cross triathlon.
Okay.
So it's the World Championships for cross triathlon, and it's basically they built it in a park so you swim in a canal past the houseboats.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Then we go cycle around in a couple of loops in this park, and then the trail run is also in this park. They built up a bit of a hill so that there is some added challenge in there.
Because I didn't know you said the Netherlands is not that hilly, it's kind of flat.
No, it's pretty flat.
So they built this.
Yeah, they actually put it in. Most of Almere itself, the town, is relatively close to Amsterdam, but it was mostly reclaimed land where they actually filled it back in. So.
Okay, so here now let's get into the motivation, because that's what we're going to talk about a little bit here. Is I can't, like I said, for me, I'm a pretty kind of static guy. It takes a lot for me to get going. How do you get so motivated, and how do you not get discouraged? Like, what? Give me some tips on like this time of the year, especially.
This time of the year, well, for me,
like New Year's resolutions and stuff.
Meeting up with people that do these types of activities. So you know what, I will meet a friend to go in and go to the pool, or maybe I swim with the Masters program that's there at the John Roads every now and again. Jump in the water with those guys, and you have that added motivation of working with people. There's great mountain bikers here in town that I've been mountain biking with pretty regularly. We have the Wednesday night book club that we like to get out and ride with. So a bunch of us will get out and ride together. And then say the Sioux Striders is another running club here in town. We had the night class last night.
Really?
At Finn Hill, and we were running.
You run on Finn Hill?
Yeah, I ran up and down Finn Hill a number of times last night.
Whoa! Did you know it's National Take the Stairs Day today, Joe?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
so we would encourage people to take the stairs.
Oh, we're going to definitely take some.
I could do some. I don't know if I could do Finn Hill, but I could do a staircase.
Oh, you could definitely do a staircase, probably too.
Okay, so what are some dangers at this time of the year when people are maybe setting goals, making resolutions? What do you got to watch out for?
Well, sometimes you got to be careful not to set goals that are unattainable.
Okay.
So you need to make sure that you're trying to do things that you know that you can achieve. and actually setting yourself up for success. Do things that you want to do, that you enjoy doing. So many people, they sign up, I'm going to go to the gym. That's going to be my thing. I'm going to have the gym membership. And then they're gone 2 weeks later. The gyms love that because they're getting money, and then nobody's using the facilities.
Right.
But you have to do things that you actually enjoy. So if there's classes at that gym that you do enjoy, maybe that's what you need to get into. Maybe there's other activities that you would enjoy more. Maybe there's someone, a good friend or a group of friends that want to get together and have a small group. So at Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, we do offer small group training.
You do.
So you can have a group of 5 or 6 people, and we'll actually come to you and do it at your workplace. We can have groups. Yeah, we can have groups working out in our studio as well. We have just classes offered at different times. So I'm doing a class that's more geared towards 50 to 55 year olds.
Hi, that's me. That's me.
And to try to something that's a little bit more low key, not your high intensity, high energy classes. We have classes that are that more high intensity. Your iron flow, your iron strength classes that are, you're going to have the pumped up music. You're going to be going.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a membership thing at Fit Bodies, Fit Minds? Do you have by class available? Do you have packages available?
It's generally by classes. So
really?
Yeah.
So there's not a huge investment.
Not generally. So basically, you have most people will buy about a 10-pack of classes.
Gotcha.
We have different types of classes. So there's the reformers, which are upstairs on machines. They're a special Pilates style of training. They're a little bit more expensive because we only have 8 machines to use.
Gotcha.
But it's a small class.
Right. You get really specialized attention.
Exactly. Then we have the larger.
I don't know how a personal trainer now at a gym these days is probably going for about $80 an hour.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind.
And we do personal training as well.
Do you?
And depending on what trainer you want to work with, there are different varying levels.
So do you have free weights and everything there?
We do have free weights. We also have access to the Delta, so we do some training down at the Delta. Some of my clients I work with down there. So
that waterfront is so inspiring.
Oh, it is. It's gorgeous.
It is.
And so we have a squat rack there. We have some of the heavier lifting weights. So some of the training that we do down there is more kind of geared to the athletic crowd.
Does that mean you get to use the pool at the Delta?
Well, you can potentially get in there after your session.
Okay, anyway.
I also do an aquatic therapy class that I'm going to be running on Thursday mornings at the Delta.
So you do stuff in the pool?
I do stuff in the pool.
Aquatic therapy?
Yeah. So
because you're a kinesiologist, you know all about the body and how it works and what it needs to do to heal.
So I'm a registered kinesiologist, so I actually have a healthcare background, and so I've worked with people with all varying levels of injuries and illnesses. So I've got that to bring to the table. I also do some athletic training, so small group for sort of young athletes. These are groups of about 6 people at a time doing, your plyometric, your agility work, your speed work, just to teach them the proper way to use their bodies. So there's a good variety of different things that people can do.
And that all different sports need to know about keeping their bodies safe, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, in every sport, you got to make sure you know how to warm up and how to use your body. Okay, absolutely. So don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yes.
Find something you like to do.
Love it, yeah.
Is there anything else? One more tip before we go, because we're running short on time.
I think it's, try to make sure that you make it a commitment to yourself. Because ultimately you are committing to your health and your well-being, because we need to be moving. Our bodies are meant to move. We should be using them. And so if you can do that, if you can make it a commitment to yourself, even if you don't have that weight loss right away or get to where you really want it to be, right off the bat, you hit those plateaus, don't give up, because if you're staying committed to it, you're going to be healthier in the long run.
And the plateau thing is something that you expect to happen. I mean, your body is going to respond quickly to something that's new, but then it's going to reach a level, and that's when you've got to find a change somewhere, right? And it's not necessarily making things harder, just maybe change an aspect of the training. Is that true?
Yeah, you might change sort of the intensity of your training. You might change what you're eating and how you're feeding and fueling your training. So there's all those different parts that come together to make us healthy.
I find this to be quite motivational and not scary.
I'm glad.
I'm glad to meet you, and thanks for coming in. And tell Kyla I said hello.
I will.
Kyla Faganelli, of course, from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. And you're located on Queen Street?
Yes.
What's the address?
541.
I think you're right. And you got a whole 2-story building there.
We do.
Good for Kyla. All right. We'll see you next time.
See you next time, Tim.
Maybe I'll see you at Fit Bodies, Fit Minds for one of your classes. The aquatic one sounds fun to me. Okay. We'll be back with Luann after this. Stay tuned.
This is On TV.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
That's good.
You know, I can kind of relate to what Joe was saying about find something you like to do that's going to help you get active.
Makes so much sense, right?
My tap dancing class. See, when I finished that class, Lou, my t-shirt was wet from sweat.
Really?
But it was happy sweat.
Oh, see?
Happy, healthy sweat.
I hate sweating. I hate it.
I generally hate it unless I'm having fun getting... I didn't even notice I was sweating until after I was done because I was having so much fun.
Oh, see, I've never had that. No, a cardio for me is really a challenge.
Yeah.
Because it's sweat.
Maybe
and
you
it's
should dance. Just dance.
Yeah, maybe. Great.
You know, you're not too old to pole dance. Go see Paula Pole. Remember Paula Pole? I loved her.
I could pole dance. There's a visual.
You could be a contestant on the new show that's coming out. You know The Masked Singer?
Yes, that you love.
They're coming out with a new version of it. The Masked Dancer. Now, how's that going to work? I don't know.
You can tell someone's body, maybe, no?
I don't know. It started off as a parody bit on Ellen's show, on the Ellen's talk show. So she did a spoof of The Masked Singer called The Masked Dancer. Well, apparently within 24 hours, the executives at Fox were already got the ball rolling from that idea.
Really?
Is that what Ellen did on her show, The Masked Dancer? Look, so she's trying to guess who the celebrity is.
So you would almost have to be like dressed in a costume, no?
Oh,
so
yeah, but the costume couldn't be as elaborate as the ones used in The Masked Singer because you couldn't dance in those.
Can you tell if they're male or female?
You couldn't, well, only by the voice on The Masked Singer.
Right. So would you have to be able to do that?
Okay, so they're talking about
They should all just wear those big sumo wrestler suits
that she wears on Ellen. Because she does that on Ellen.
Action there?
They're talking about using the voice modification that they do on The Masked Singer, but not modifying the voice that much, so leaving a little more hints of what the celebrity might sound like, which might then give away whether it's male or female.
See, I'm wondering, though, the body would be more of an issue, I would think, than the voice even. Like, say, you know, it's somebody who's really athletic or who's already a dancer.
They might give somebody a little bit of padding in their thing, which doesn't inhibit. You know, they can do that. Yes. They can pad you so you can still move and dance, but make you look a little bigger than you are.
Maybe they could give me a butt. Right? I could go on the dancer. Take the front away, put it on the back. You don't have a,
don't you think you have a butt?
I have a Louis Boursier butt, my dad's butt, just straight down. And my mom too. She weighs 4 pounds. So there's no butt in my family.
Oh, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Way too much information for you. Did you see on the Golden Globes, Chet Hanks, who is Tom Hanks' son?
Yeah.
He was doing patois, Jamaican
on the red
original heritage
For some
language.
reason, he talked right in the camera in patois.
Patois, yeah, he did patois, which was weird.
Is it getting
But now, he's gotten so much reaction from it. He's a rapper, apparently.
That's why I figured it was made sense that he would do patois, because it's Jamaican language. So
he's released a dance hall song, and it's called Harley
really,
Mon. I don't know if it's called Harley, but it's called Harley.
dance hall. That's a style of music.
Okay.
It is. No, it's like.
Yeah. I
Okay.
assumed it was, but
Have you ever heard dance hall?
no.
Oh, you check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes they do dance hall on So You Think You Can Dance, 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 Dance.
So he does it because of patois. So I wonder if that means Harley is in patois.
The song itself?
Yeah.
I don't
Milady.
know. Did we talk about the fact that Justin Bieber, like I know that he has the new song. What's the song called again?
Honey.
Honey, honey, honey.
No, yummy.
Yummy, yummy,
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Talking about having sex with his wife.
Yeah.
Saying yummy, yummy, yum.
Anyway, that's part of a new
That's a
album.
visual you can't get out of your
There's a
head.
whole album coming out.
Maybe there's full.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Maybe there's sleepy.
And he's doing a major North American tour.
Awesome. I hope he comes to the Sioux.
I don't think he would. Could you imagine?
I would go see him.
And did you know there's a documentary series about him now?
Yes, I did
I
realize
did not know that until I just read that this morning.
Because he's so old, right? Isn't that interesting?
So
but
is it
I bet it would be fun.
Where is it? Do you know?
No, I have no idea.
Would you watch it?
I would watch it just to see.
I'd only watch it to see the Stratford part.
Well, I think it's interesting because he's the first of the generation of YouTube.
He's also like the first. Isn't he like the first Canadian, like a real young male superstar?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put that on him.
Okay, well, who do you think?
He's the first Canadian YouTube
Oh, there
star.
you go. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
I would watch that.
Okay. Hey, would you watch the news?
I'll watch the news unless I'm doing it.
Well, then how
I
about
can't
you
watch
do it and I'll watch it?
Okay, I'll do the news coming up right after this.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
A Ukrainian airplane carrying 176 people crashed today shortly after takeoff from Tehran's main airport, killing all on board, including 63 Canadians. State TV reported that the plane had taken off from Imam Khomeini International Airport in the Iranian capital when a fire struck one of its engines. According to the state-run IRNA news agency, the pilot of the aircraft then lost control of the plane, sending it crashing into the ground. The plane carried 167 passengers and 9 crew members from different nations on its flight to the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Flight data from the airport showed a Ukrainian 737-800 flown by Ukraine International Airlines took off this morning, then stopped sending data almost immediately afterward. The airline did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Schools in several boards across the province will be closed today as the union representing high school teachers stages a one-day strike. It is the latest in the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation's series of rotating strikes during a contentious round of bargaining with the province. President Harvey Bischoff says he would call off the strike if the government agreed to return to last year's class size levels, but Education Minister Stephen Lecce rejected that offer. Teachers were angered when the government announced that average high school class sizes would jump from 22 to 28 and 4 e-learning courses would be mandatory for graduation. The government has since scaled back those increases to a 25 class size average and 2 e-learning courses, but the union says that's not good enough. Lecce has repeatedly said the key sticking point is compensation, with the union demanding a roughly 2% wage increase and the government offering 1%. Today's one-day strike targets 8 school boards, and because OSSTF represents education workers and support staff in elementary schools in some boards, both elementary and high schools will be closed in 3 boards: Algoma District School Board, Greater Essex County District School Board, and Avon-Maitland District School Board. All schools will remain open in the Huron-Superior Catholic District School Board, as their OSSTF members are 25 noon-hour aides. Algoma Power requires an electrical service interruption for all customers fed from the Gooley substation, including Hayden, Searchmont, Haviland Shores Drive, Four Seasons Drive, Blue Water, and Gooley. The interruption starts this morning at 9 o'clock until 2 this afternoon. There's no alternate date. The interruption is required for necessary repairs inside the Gooley substation. While outage work is performed as effectively and efficiently as possible, circumstances may arise that shorten or extend these events. The federal privacy czar says Canada's border agency violated the law by carrying out overly invasive searches of personal digital devices and, in one case, viewing a traveler's social media and online banking information. Privacy Commissioner Daniel Therrien looked into complaints against the Canada Border Services Agency concerning the examination of devices, namely cell phones, tablets, and laptop computers at ports of entry. He finds the border agency contravened federal law and notes significant shortcomings in the agency's overall practices related to digital devices. Therrien makes recommendations to the agency and calls for reform of the legal framework governing searches of devices at the border. The border agency has agreed to make several policy changes to better respect privacy. The findings are included in the Privacy Commissioner's annual report recently presented to Parliament. A new poll finds Conservative voters are far more sure about what they want in a new leader for their party than they are about who should fill that job. A Leger marketing survey suggests 29% of decided Conservative voters either don't have an answer or don't want to give one when asked who they'd like to see at the top of the party. Leading their wish lists with 18% support each were former leader Stephen Harper and Rona Ambrose. Well, Harper isn't running, and Ambrose remains undecided. Those two also led the pack among all the Canadians Leger surveyed of all partisan loyalties, and in third was former Cabinet Minister Peter MacKay. When asked what characteristics their new leader should have, the poll suggests that in some areas Conservatives are pretty clear. 82% want to focus on maintaining balanced budgets, 71% are looking for someone with prior political experience, and 63% want their leader to aim to reduce immigration to Canada.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. Grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
So I have some info from someone who is absolutely in the know. Nicole on our Facebook live stream.
Oh, really?
From Trinidad, Tobago, talked about patois and is telling us that patois is actually, it's not just
Jamaican.
To Jamaica. It's a combination of different dialects.
It's French. It's a lot of French in patois, isn't there?
Yes, yes. It seems very familiar to me when I go there.
Patois in New Orleans too, even? Not sure.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But dance hall style, she said, is also Caribbean. So thank you, Nicole, for clearing that up for us.
Is she actually in Trinidad and Tobago right now?
Yes.
Hi, Nicole.
Get your toes in the sand. I would love to be doing that right now.
I did that.
Yeah.
What's Michael saying now?
Now back home we have a view from Ross Romano's office downtown. Teachers are striking. They're doing a one-day strike, so they're out in front of his office.
So nobody's in school today?
So we want to, Michael is trying to get that up for you right there.
Okay, I see a parking lot.
Oh, it's frozen.
What's frozen? The outside is frozen. The strikers are frozen.
Oh,
the cars are moving.
So where's his office?
I don't know. I can't see anything. That just looks like...
Where?
Audrey's pointing to... That doesn't really help our viewers. Okay. I don't... That's exciting.
I'm sorry, I don't see... Wow.
There's strikers out there. It's cold. Why is it always the worst weather when people strike?
Right? They're like this.
So...
And I think that hurts negotiations because they're ticked off. Come to the table and, you know what, I froze my hands off for you and I'm not even talking to you right now.
When are they going back to the table? Is that the whole issue? Is they're not going to the table?
Well, they're not going to the table. They've had a conciliator. The conciliator said before Christmas, yeah, you know what, guys, walk away because you're so far apart. It's a joke. And so the teachers are continuing the one-day strikes.
And they haven't gotten back together since they said you're so far apart?
Not so much.
I've heard tell that at the college level, the Ontario government is looking to continue to privatize education. Yeah, like, I don't know how that works, but that they're trying to, I don't know how.
So what would that do?
I don't know.
Like, why are you concerned about it?
Because shouldn't education be public?
Right.
Well, I think they're like contracting out more and more.
So they're looking at funding issues and stuff.
Yeah, so that it's going to be like people can make money off college instead of students.
Well, people make money off college right now.
Well, I mean, teachers should make money off college,
right.
But not a lot of, like, I don't know. All I know is that there are people striking
what
and it's
do you
cold
know?
out, so give them a cup of coffee.
Give
if you're down by Ross Romano's office.
Yeah, you know what? It's cold out. So
baby, it's cold outside. I can't sing that song.
Who's coming up?
I'll tell you. Take one guess.
Festival Fishbowl.
I'll reverse that.
Fishbowl Festival.
Thank you very much for that lovely intro. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Dywell joins me from Dryer Fire and the Fishbowl Festival to talk about... She's got so much going on, this woman, honestly. Well,
busy.
And we'll be right back with Nicole Dywell, Fishbowl Festival, and the Science Cafe at Sault College.
Ooh.
Very cool. Stay with us.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
I am joined by Nicole Dybel from Dryer Fire is the name of your sort of event company, right?
Yeah.
Is that, would you say that?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite t-shirts. You gave this to me last year, my Fishbowl Festival t-shirt. It's comfortable, the cotton is fabulous. It's high-end t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a nice t-shirt.
Nicole, gosh, where are you from originally?
The GTA.
Yeah?
Moved here from Toronto.
How long ago?
Just over 5 years ago.
What
5 years ago in September.
What brought you north?
I was studying at Algoma.
You came here like a whirlwind. I mean, literally, you arrived in town and you just sort of started stirring things up in the arts and cultural scene, you started off with the Gore Street Cafe.
Yeah.
You moved on from there and started doing a whole bunch of stuff. Took a lot of the programming at the Gore Street Cafe and put it on the Norgoma.
Yep.
And now you're continuing with Dryer Fire. You're all over the place. Let's start with the Fishbowl Festival, because that's what I invited you here originally because of that, and then after the fact I discovered something else you have on the go. But Fishbowl Festival, this is the 2nd year now?
This is the 5th year.
Come off it!
Yeah.
So you started this the year you arrived in the Sioux?
So I arrived here in September and
so
it was February.
Stupid right now.
Oh, don't.
Okay. So how do you arrive in Sault Ste. and go, I'm going to start a festival? How on earth do you...
We had... my former partner, Sam, and I had started the cafe in January, and there were a bunch of events and sort of things that we wanted to start, so we started the festival sort of as a launching pad for that, but also we had birthdays in February, and there were a bunch of other Pisces around.
I remember this part now. We talked about this last year, but I didn't realize it was 5 years.
Yeah.
So Fishbowl, but it was part of Fishbowl Pisces, but also because you were behind a lot of glass windows at the Gore Street. Is that part of it?
Yeah, that's part of it.
I just made that up, but was that true?
Yeah.
Good for me. So what kinds of stuff happens at the Fishbowl Festival? Give the audience a rundown of some of the things they can expect or what happened in the previous years.
Yeah, so it's the Fishbowl Festival of Community, Food, Arts, and Culture.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, so between February 20th and March 20th, we try to run events almost every day. And
every day for a month?
Yep. And it's a community-sourced festival, so whatever people kind of want to see, we try and support those things. So we have live music, food events, cooking classes, meals, workshops on various subjects. We've had film nights, dance parties.
And this happens all across the city at different venues, right?
Yep.
Because we don't really have one venue, and why bother? I mean, if you have all these, like, what kinds of venues have you used in the past?
Shabby Motley has been involved every year. Outspoken Brewing.
Excellent.
Cases Music.
Oh, right. Are you responsible for those things is that you too in the lobby of Cases where you sit by the fireplace?
I've been booking music there.
The Sunday night singer-songwriter series.
Yeah, we've done that the last couple Novembers.
Too. You do so much. Okay. Do you have another job besides Dryer Fire and organizing events, or is this a passion of yours, or is this a full-time thing?
I work at Shabby Motley.
You work at Shabby, yeah. Okay, cool. So right now, the reason you're here, the festival's coming up not until February, but I invited you here because I know you're looking for entries, you're looking for financial support, sponsorship. Tell me a little bit about what the festival needs to run.
Yep. So, like I said, it's a community source festival. So we accept submissions for events and try to support those events. So if people have ideas of things they want to see, we can help partner them with venues or resources to help their events run. So if you have an idea, you can send us an email or get in touch through social media.
And social media, where are you?
We're on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, and the name on Facebook is
Fishbowl
Festival.
Yep.
Yeah. You must have so many Facebook pages on the go for all the events you do, yeah?
I have a few. And then we're also looking for financial support.
What would that look like? So what? Tell me. Yeah.
So this year we are trying to focus a lot more on accessibility and overcoming barriers to participation. So we would like to support people that might traditionally maybe left out of participating in events in the city, either participating or running events.
Okay.
So we're looking at trying to find help in transportation and childcare costs specifically.
Oh.
And then we're also looking for support paying artists and facilitators fees.
When you say childcare costs, would that be so that somebody could bring their child to an event and have the child engaged and
So we'll be trying for most events to have on-site childcare by request.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. It's really wonderful. I have a little organizing committee this year, and the 3 people that are helping organize are all parents. So it's helped given more insight to the barriers that parents face.
For instance, then perhaps there's a company out there or business that has to do with childcare or child education or just has an interest in children that might say, hey, you know what, Nicole, we're going to give you a couple $100 and help you out with maybe being able to facilitate childcare at the events. And then they become like a sponsor in a way, right? Yeah. So childcare provided by, or thanks to kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are there programs and stuff for the festival, or
so we will have programs out by the first week in February?
Because that's another cost you would incur as printing programs, right? So another idea might be somebody who would cover the cost of the programs.
Yeah.
Do you sell advertising in the programs to help offset the cost?
Potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
Okay, I'm just wondering because
we're piecing things together right now.
So there's a number of ways that people could get involved financially if they wanted to help you out.
Exactly.
What's the best way to reach you then? Through the Facebook page?
Through email is great. So
and your email is?
fishbowlfest@gmail.com.
Fishbowlfest
Yep.
at gmail.com. Okay, participants. Somebody has an idea. If it's not fully fleshed out, are you willing to sit down with somebody and say, okay, you want to try this? What about this? We've got the people who can help you with it.
Definitely. That's kind of part of what we're trying to do with the festival. Like I said, support people that may not have had the chance to present events or work on events in the past. So I'm meeting with people pretty much every week to sort of talk about events and talk about how we can support them.
I wonder where you meet. Where's a good spot to meet and have a nice meal, snack, cup of coffee? Oh, Shabby Motley.
It's a real good place.
One of my favorites. I'm so glad you guys took over the airport. Oh, it's so good to go out there and eat your food. Anyway,
I agree.
What was I going to say? Okay, so how is there an investment for the artists? Do they have to put money in?
Oh, no.
They don't?
No. To participate in the festival?
Yeah.
No.
An entry fee or something?
No. So we're working on it like an event by event basis. We're hoping that we can at least provide an honorarium to people that are presenting events.
You want to pay them?
Of course.
Well, because for a lot of festivals, when you get a fringe festival, you got to pay money to become part of the fringe. Not so for the Fishbowl Festival?
No. They're potentially sharing...
profit sharing.
Profit sharing of what comes in for cover charge.
Okay.
But part of it is we want to help share what comes in, and we want to support artists and facilitators and people in the community.
Do you still need anybody to offer venues up?
That would be wonderful.
Really,
we have a handful of venues right now, but the more the better.
Absolutely.
The more diversity of programming and venues, and especially venues that may not traditionally be used as event spaces.
That's always fun to find something like a closed down store or a back room in a factory or something and do it. Yeah. So the best way, once again, Instagram. We can reach you through Instagram. Is there an Instagram account name, or is it just Fishbowl Festival again? Or
Fishbowl Festival.
Okay, and then Facebook.
Fishbowl Festival.
And then the email was fishbowlfest@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Nicole Dybel. I'm so glad you came to our city.
Thank you.
And I apologize.
I'm happy to be here.
I apologize for not knowing about you being around, jumping in feet first 5 years ago with Fishbowl Festival.
Oh, that's okay.
But I'm glad that it's still growing and still going strong. And you guys can help. So reach out to Nicole and come back on the show, okay, in February as we get closer to the date, and give us some input, some feedback on what's going on as far as entries and who you've got lined up for the festival.
That'd be wonderful.
A pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
All the best. We'll be back with Luann after this. I never got to talk to Nicole about the science cafe at Sault College.
Okay.
Check it out. It's all about the environment, and Sault Ste. Marie in Northern Ontario, and it's it's free. You go and you chat, and it's very cool. Very cool.
Sounds
Science
interesting.
Cafe. Check it out. You can find that listed on SaultOnline's community calendar. Attend it.
Awesome.
Yes.
That sounds terrific. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show for us every day. We appreciate it. And we'll do Bum Slide Thursday tomorrow.